Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Sorry for the circumstances we have going on, but for the remainder of the semester we will be doing online learning, so I will be coming to you from videos. What I have here is our AutoCAD launched already, and I will be showing you a couple of tools to use through AutoCAD that you will use for the remainder of the semester. Your recent documents will not be generated yet. This is because I have documents already in here, but that will get filled for you as you go on through the semester. To open a new document or drawing, you will hit the big A up here and hit open, and you'll click on drawing. We don't have drawings from the cloud, and we don't have sheet sets or a sheet set manager, so you'll always click on the drawing button. And this is to get your template up. Your template is technically a DWT document. So under files of type, you will click this, and the drop down will hit drawing template DWT. There will be a template window, and you will click that and select whatever device your file is in. Mine is in my G file for my flash drive, and I will go to where that is, and you will click on your TCC template file. Okay, so this is your template file. Once we have this open, you will have to erase this orange/brown box. So to do that, you will click on the erase button. You have a pick box that shows up. You will click in your drawing area, and you will highlight the box and click again. After that, you'll hit enter, and the box will go away. This here is your template of your title block. This is what you are going to use to put your drawings in. It is the exact same as when you draw on your hand drafting assignments. There is your TCC, and then your assignment stating your initials, what assignments this is, and then the description of your assignment, and then your class. And we'll put in our DRFT 1324 engineering drawing with CAD in this box here. Over here is your drawn by name, so your student name, the date that it is due, the scale can be as noted, and then checked, you'll change Ellis to my name, Hurlbutt, Hurlbutt. And then you'll also come over here and change your sheet number right here. Here will be a big 1, and then we'll only have one sheet, so it will be sheet 1 of 1. This information that you have here will be used at a later date. This is your call out, so you'll change the number you have on your call out, the title of your call out. The scale will either stay 1:1, or in our last drawing it will say 3 inches equals 1 foot dash 0 inches, and then you will erase the note. These icons here, these symbols, this is your counterbore symbol, and this is your depth symbol, and these will be used at a later time on another assignment. Please do not erase these two objects. Okay, and what I'm doing here is I am zooming in and out with the rolly ball of the mouse, and then to zoom, that's to zoom, to pan, which means to move your drawing area around. That is by holding down the rolly ball of your mouse, or you can come over here and click on the pan hand. Let's see if it'll give you all the description. So pan hand does the same thing, and you can click and hold the left button of your mouse to do that. If you click the pan hand over here, you have to hit enter to get out of the pan hand. Okay, so basics about AutoCAD. The black area that you see, this is your drawing area. This is infinite, okay? The ribbon up here, this is all of your tools that you will use. Most of your tools will be on the Home tab. You do have an Annotate tab that gives you multi-line text and dimensions. You can also get to this on the Home tab. I don't usually stray from the Home tab. This has everything I need to work in AutoCAD. So you have a draw section. It has an option to draw lines, polylines, circles, arcs, rectangles, ellipses, and then your hatch. Your modified tab portion has move, copy, stretch, rotate, mirror, scale, trim, and if you hit this drop down button here, trim and extend, they are sister commands of each other. And then fillet, this has chamfer and bend curves as well, but we will only be using fillet. And then array, your eraser, explode, and offset. In the annotation section, you have text, a quick dimension tool, a linear dimension tool, which also has linear, aligned, arc length, angular, radius, diameter, and then these other two we don't usually use. Linear is for your straight line dimensions, and aligned is for your angled dimensions that you need to have in a straight line, and then angular is for your arcs. So like if you have a 45-degree angle that you need to dimension out, that is one that you will use. Also, you'll have a radius dimension and a diameter dimension for your circles. But we will go over these a little bit later. And you also have leaders. Your layers, this is where you change from one layer to another. If you have opened this TCC 11x17 DWT, this will have all of your layers uploaded for you. And we will go through what these mean in a minute. And then you have match properties, and over here you have your measure tool, and I'll go over what that means as well. So first, what we're going to do is we are going to draw a line. In your instructions for the first assignment you have, you will be told to change a couple of things on your layers to get used to how layers work, and you will be told to change layers often throughout the assignment. So I'm going to stay on Object Bold, and our first command that we are going to do is the line command. So you'll click on line, and this it draws lines for you. And after you click on the line command, you will look down here at your command line, and it will tell you what to do, and it says specify first point. I know you all can't see that, but it also has it right up here as well. So specify first point, I'm just going to click, and then I'm going to pull my mouse without clicking any buttons, and I'm also going to turn on my ortho mode, and I'm going to type 8, and that drew an 8-inch line or an 8-unit line. And then I'm going to pull straight down, and that will give me another line that I drew. That was 20 units. And then I will draw another 8-unit line and then close my box. To get out of this command, you can hit enter or you can hit escape. Escape is your friend in this excuse me, in this program. So use escape whenever you either click on something that you weren't supposed to, or if you don't really know what you're doing, you can always restart what you're doing. So that is the line command. The polyline command here is the same function as the line command, but it joins all of your lines together in one cohesive object. So polyline joins all of your lines together in a cohesive object. When you hover, line draws lines and they are disjointed or not connected. Okay, your circle command here has either radius or diameter, and when you click on just the circle here, it will tell you, if you hover, which circle you are doing, the radius or the diameter. And right now my option is on radius. So this, you'll click on the radius option. It says specify center point of circle. So I will start the center point of my circle. I will start my circle. I will give it a radius distance, and it just drew a 5-unit radius circle. To do diameter, you will select diameter. Same thing, these crosshairs means that you are in a command. If there is no box around it, that means you're in a command and AutoCAD wants you to do something. So we'll select the center point of our circle, start our circle, and we will type in a distance for that circle. And this is a 2.5 diameter circle. This command, both of the circle commands, they end themselves. The line command does not end itself. It will have to be ended by you by hitting escape or enter. And the polyline is the same as the circle command. It ends itself. The rectangle command here also has a polygon command. I have never used this one, but if you need to, you can use it. The rectangle command basically does what it says. So specify first corner of the rectangle, and you are drawing essentially a rectangle. The move command here does exactly what it says. It moves your object from one place to another. After you've clicked on the command, this pick box shows up. This is your pick box. This is your selecting point. You will select your object. After you have select your objects, which means that they are blue, you will hit the enter button. After that happens and you are on a circle, pick this center point for your circle, and this will let you get a good base point for your circle so you can snap it to an end point or a center point or a midpoint. If you were to move this circle by your quadrant and you needed the center point of the circle to be at that endpoint corner, your quadrant would snap to the endpoint, not your center point of the circle. So it's always best to click on the center point of your circle when you are in the move command. Copy, that does exactly what it says. It copies your object multiple times. You will use stretch in one of your assignments, so I won't go into that. Rotate, that rotates an object that you choose. You also have to specify a base point with that, and that does a 360-degree rotation. Mirror here, this will give you the mirrored effect. I selected this rectangle. Specify first point of mirror line. I'm going to choose this corner here because I want this box to mirror on the exact, turn my O-snap on the exact line. And to erase source objects, usually you'll hit no, and there is your duplicate of your rectangle. Scale, this you will use in your last assignment, but this, if you select your object here and you specify a base point, which means an anchor point, you can make your rectangle smaller or larger, and that's by entering a number or just moving your mouse on the drawing area. Trim, let's draw something else. Okay, so I drew this line here to connect this rectangle and this rectangle. And let's say that I don't want this line to be here anymore. So I will click trim, and on this it says select objects. This is the object that you want to trim away from. So I'm trimming away from these two objects, and you'll hit enter. And then it says select object to trim or extend, and the object I want to trim or extend is here. And because it is not one continuous line, I cannot trim or extend that. We will draw something else. Okay, so I drew this box here, and say I want to trim away this line over here because I am not needing it. So trim, what you want to trim from is this line here, and you'll hit enter, and then the object you want to trim away is this line here. And this command, you do have to hit enter or escape because that command does not end. Extend is the same thing. So if I want to extend this line to this line here, I will get into the extend command. It is underneath the trim command. And select objects means what you want to extend it to, and hit enter. And then what you want to extend. Select object to extend. And I want to extend this line right here. After you've done that, you will hit escape to get out of that command. The next thing we will talk about is, so that's your basic commands, your draw commands, your modify commands, anything you need to draw or modify your drawings. The next thing we will talk about is layers. This is your layers area in AutoCAD, and if you click on layer properties, this gives you all of the layers that you have in your AutoCAD program. You can add to this if needed. You should not have to add to this. If you do, please let me know. And by doing that, you will hit this 3-sheet button that has what I call a fireball on it. It says new layer, Alt plus N. And that takes the property of your 0 layer. And this is where you will change the name of the layer. You change the color, and technically the line weight and line type. So this is where your layers are. This is where you come to edit or turn your layers on or off. If you have the check mark here, the green check mark, that means that that is the layer that you are currently using. If you need to change to a different layer and you are in your layer properties window, you will double click on the sheet looking thing until you get a green check mark on the layer that you are wanting to change to. These light bulbs here, this tells you that the layer is on. If I double click on the object beyond and I turn off this layer, the object bulb that I was working on, and the light bulb is not lit up, if I exit out of the layer property, all of my drawing leaves. The only thing that remains is my title block. This does not mean that your drawing has gone or has been erased. This means that your layer is turned off. So if you click on the light bulb again, as you can see, my circle came back, which means my layer has been turned back on. The freeze option, this will always stay on for us. So the sunshine, they will always be sunshines. This means that they are thawed, and this means that all of these layers can move. If I were to freeze my object bold layer and make it a snowflake, this would mean that they went away. This would mean that they could not be moved, which also means that they have turned off. You have line types here, which is given as properties to the different types of layers we have. And the layers that we have are construction, center, def points. Def points is always on AutoCAD, and layer 0 is always on AutoCAD. These are the two main layers that you have when you first start AutoCAD. Dims is your dimension layer, hidden, hidden beyond, note general, note label, note section. These three are for your notes. So your note label is your call outs, and then your note general is going to be for your general notes that you have to type in. Object bold is your main drawing layer. Object beyond is your medium line weight layers. So these are the ones that are behind your bold lines in your foreground. So these are in your background essentially. Object hatch is for hatching, and then these are for your title block. So we don't mess with these in our layer system, but we will when we get to our title block down here. And hidden beyond, these are your light layers. So object bold is your 7 or your 9 pencil. Hidden beyond and hidden, those are your 5 or your 3 pencil. And then object beyond is your medium pencil. So your 7 or your 5, depending on which set you have technically. Okay. Let me see what else. On your, we will get into dimensions a little bit later. I don't want to overwhelm you all with everything all at once. On your title block, this is where you will edit your title block, and to do that, as I'm hovering over my title block information, it is lit up or highlighted, and you will double click on the words in your title block and a attribute editor will pop up and this is where you will change all of your information. So for project, which is your project title, you will come over here and click on this box with the 3 dots. And this is where you will change your information on your title block title. So INT, all caps, is your initials. Assignment is what assignment we are on. And then the description is the assignment title. And then to exit this editor, you will hit the OK button up in the text format box. And it will come back to your attribute editor. And from there, your class can be changed in this value box. After you've hit put in your class, you don't have to hit apply or OK. You can just keep going down to the next section. So the student, and then the date, which would be the date that your assignments are due. And you'll change this every time you have a new assignment. As noted is fine on the drawing scale. And then instead of Ellis, you will type in my name. Sheet number, The value for the pound sign is 1 because this is the first sheet that you have. And then for this first sheet X is a 1 as well because we only have one sheet in our drawing set. And the second X is a 1 because we only have one in our drawing set. If we had 4 in our drawing set, this number, if we were drawing our first set of drawings, would be a 1, and then the second pages number, this would be a 4. And after that, you will hit apply and OK, and our information for our title block has changed. So if you had 4 sheets in our drawing set and this was the first sheet, you would have a big 1 and a number 1 of 4. If this was sheet number 2, you would have sheet 2, and here would be 2 of 4, and it would insert like this, 2 of 4. But we are only going to be doing 1 and then 1 of 1. To save your drawings, we will change our DWT up here. It says DWT. We will be changing this to a DWG from a template to an actual drawing. So to do that, you will click on the big A and hover over Save As, and you will click a drawing. Your Save As drawing files will come up and this template will be there. We are going to navigate to where you are saving your drawings. And then on the file type down here, it says AutoCAD Drawing Template DWT. We will click this and change this drop down to a drawing, which are these here, and I always choose 2007 because I'm not sure if I'm running a newer version or an older version. I was taught on 2007, and to me that is the only drawing file you technically need. If you were to click on 2013, my version of AutoCAD is 2016. I think most of your all's is 2018, and on 2018 they have a AutoCAD 2016 drawing save file type, and that will not open on my computer in my AutoCAD. So please save to 2007. This just lets me know that I can open this, and you can also open this. If you were to save as a, let's say 2016, and you went to the classroom and tried to open your AutoCAD on the school computers, it would not open because you have saved it as a newer version, and we can't access that essentially. So you will change this to AutoCAD 2007, and then you will name your file template, or that is if you are keeping the template. If it was an actual assignment, you would name it ASGN, let's say assignment 9, and then the name. And also don't forget to put your initials at the front. So I will put my initials dash assignment 9. So if we were on assignment 9, this is what your saved file will look like. Your initials, the assignment title, assignment 9, Backgammon, AutoCAD 2007 as the file type, and then you'll hit the save button. And then it will let you know if you can use specific characters. Obviously it can't, but you can use the space, and we will save. Don't put in the colon. And that is how you save an AutoCAD file. Your next assignment that you have, assignment 9, the Backgammon, it will take you step by step through what you are needing for the assignment, and plotting to, let me pull in an assignment. So if this is your assignment and you are ready to print and submit your Backgammon assignment, you will come up to the big A. You will also come down to print and hit the plot button. If this pops up, you'll click on continue to plot a single sheet, and then your plot window will appear. Here, this should be empty, and all of this should be empty. So on your printer / plotter here, instead of none, you will click the drop down and you will select DWG to PDF PC3, and then paper size right here, you'll pull this drop down and you will choose ANSI expand B1711. That will tell you that this format of paper is chosen. You will always choose expand B, and that is to fit all of your drawing on the page. The next thing you will do is you will not choose fit to paper, but you will keep the scale 1:1. And you will also check center the plot. After all of those are chosen, you will choose plot area, what to plot. You will choose window. And then this window button will appear and you will click the window button. This should be grayed out, but since I have done this multiple times, it's already chosen me a plot window. But to choose a plot window, you will click the edge of your title block and highlight without clicking the mouse to the opposite corner and choose the opposite corner for your window. Your plot window will come back, and over on your plot style tab, you will choose grayscale or monochrome. whichever one you want. This just lets AutoCAD know that you want these to be in a black and white / gray value. Assign this plot style table, yes, and then you will hit preview. And this is where you will come to check any mistakes. You can zoom in on your page, you can zoom out, you can pan. This is like drawing in AutoCAD, except for you cannot actually draw in AutoCAD. This is where you will find out if you've made any mistakes. Say this was longer than it needs to be, or there's some hatching going on that is different, things like that. Once you've seen that all of this is correct, you will exit out of the preview window and you will hit the OK button. And then this is where you will save your PDF. The PDF option is already chosen for you. You just have to let it know where you want to save your PDF, and then you will hit save. It will also give you a preview of your PDF through Adobe, and you can click out of that. That is how you save to a PDF. This is also going to be in your resource materials on a file, and I will be but uploading a packet of common drawing basics and things like that, so you have a reference for how to draw and modify, and also do a couple of other things that we need to do for the semester. If you all have any questions, please let me know, send me an email or shoot me a text. Also, I will be sending out a new syllabus addendum that we have to do, and I hope you all have a good day.